Cheers. Welcome back, Mango Haru, to yet another episode of Milo Cafe's Chiya and Chatter with Bandana
and Rakshya.
Yay!
And in today's episode, we're to talk mostly about like our celebration and food.
Okay.
When we first moved here, the contrast between our festivals and then our food, like, what was your experience when you first got here?
As celebrating like these festivals and anything like that, for me it wasn't much difference because like I have been celebrating Christmas since I was little, like, you know. So coming here and like celebrating Christmas is the same thing because like I never celebrated Dasai here back in Nepal or India. So when I came to America, I didn't really expect to celebrate it anyway. But as in food wise, the smell of cucumber, I did not eat cucumber for 2 years.
In America?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Cucumber and the smell of coffee and cucumbers in the airport.
Yeah, mine was coffee.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the whole, like, the plane smelled like coffee, and then you could get into the airport and it smelled like coffee. Man, I hated the smell.
No, I did not eat
But
cucumber.
then it's my favorite thing right now, so it doesn't matter.
Cucumber, I did not eat it for 2
Really?
years. In Nepal or in India, basically, my parents kind of did grow like cucumbers, like vegetables in there, right? So we would just pluck it and eat it.
Right.
And then it was so fresh, so good, right? And you come to Nepal, it was the same thing too. But when we came to America, it kind of tasted funny to me. And also I could not get rid of the smell that I had. And no, I did not eat cucumber.
Well, for me, when it comes to festival, it was kind of, so we came here in February, and our festival doesn't start until like
October,
August, September, end of September, October. And I mean, we were like such a small group in Texas, so like it wasn't really, so what I missed the most, like not even just back in the day, like when we first got here, even now, like being here, I still miss the vibe.
The authenticity of celebrating it.
Yeah, it's like when the festival comes around, you know how in Christmas here there's like lights everywhere, it's so pretty. But when it comes to Dasai in Nepal, it's like, oh my god, the what do you call it? The triangle things are like how we have in our store. Yeah, it's everywhere, and then they would put lights up, and everybody would be off school. Like, we would be off school for like a month. Yeah. And then we would all go to different places. There would be food everywhere. And then, oh my god, the street food, the street vendors would be everywhere. And like my favorite thing during Dasai was everybody was making celery.
Oh.
I know celery is not everybody's favorite, but oh my god, like my mom makes the best celery. Yeah. And I used to eat celery all the time. And not even just that, like just little mithais and things.
And also like I'm Christian, but all of my families are Hindu, right? So it's like they used to cut goat, like, you know, khasi ladder, katne, and then like it's the small things that they used to do back there, and here compared to that, you can't really do such things. Let's say, like,
I mean, I think it's illegal to do it.
If you don't have a farm, if you do not have a license,
please do not cut goat.
We do not condone that.
You know, somebody said, so we were living in an apartment.
Yeah.
I think when we first moved to Ohio, and then somebody said, like, oh my god, there's a neighbor here that literally has like a whole goat, and then they like cut. I'm like this. A person in America was like so shocked there was like a whole and for us it's so normal, right? Because like we're so used to just having a whole goat, you cut it in, and then like
it is normal, but at the same time you had a goat in an apartment.
I mean, like in a house in your garage makes sense, which is still like people find it weird, but like in Dasai, like it's really hard to explain it to people that like we get like a whole goat, and like that's what we eat for like the month, like the whole month of the Dasai period. And in high school, it was like I didn't really have to explain because like we never took off, so I used to go to school no matter what. And then, but like when I went to college and stuff, people would be like, I would be like, oh, like our festival's coming, and they'd be like, oh, like what's your festival? I'm like, oh, it's Dosai, and then like
You
next
had
is
to
Tiyar.
go. You had to go around and explain it to them what Dosai is and what Tiyar is, and then they just used to be like, oh, it's like Christmas. I'm like, no, it's not like Christmas. It's a whole lot different. I mean, even though it is like festival lights and everything, like, but still, it's not.
I think I would explain Diwali
as
and the like Tiyar as in more like a Christmas, because it is like a festival of lights. You have lights and then like fireworks, and you eat and you celebrate. But Dosai is more of a. I honestly, I don't even know. I like when people used to be like what's Dosai? I'd be like, well, you put tika, and then and then you buy goat, and you go to like all your elders' house, and then like get money. Like that was like the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
But then people would be like, you just like put like rice in your head, and I'm like, yeah.
Even though I never celebrated like Dasai Tiyar, I used to be so excited to go to Maula just because I would get money.
Yeah.
I would get money from Buba, like Mama and everybody.
To explain it to like a person that has never experienced our culture, be like, yeah, we like for 16 days pray to our ancestors, and then don't eat certain things, and then the next day
certain things is onions, garlic, meat,
anything that makes food good.
Yeah, so basically if food is
that's how we I guess that's how we kind of like respect our ancestors. And then once that's over, then we cut goat, and
then time I'm very glad I'm Christian.
And then I'm sitting here explaining it to my American friend, and they just look at me like, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
I mean, a lot of Hindus in like India also celebrate Dasera, right? Which is same thing as Dasai, but they don't put tika.
Yeah.
So like, I still don't understand why we put tika.
Here's the thing, coming back to your point, we Indian and Nepali are not same.
We're not like we're not, but like when it comes to being Hindu, it's like we celebrate similar things, but at the same time, Dasai we celebrate is like such a big festival, and Diwali is like only 3 days.
That's the thing. So in India, Dasera is not really celebrated as a huge thing. Diwali, whereas it's celebrated as a huge thing in India.
Like my family lived like 45 minutes from Maula, right, which is like my grandparents' house. We had to go to bus, and imagine all the buses used to be so packed. Oh my god, I used to literally sit at the bus station and cry because I didn't want it to get on like a packed bus, and I'd be like, I don't want to go to this bus because there's so many people. I was so little, and then my parents would like literally shove me into the bus. Yeah, from the window, you remember?
No, my mom used to fight to get me in there, and she would also get a seat, and she would put me on her lap, and she would be like, she's not sitting on the seat, she's sitting in my lap, so I'm not paying for her.
I don't know if you guys even traveled during Dasai or not.
Yeah, somewhat.
And we had to travel, so like my family lived like, some of them lived 45 minutes from the bus, some of them were like 3-4 hours. And when we had to travel, my god, the buses used to be so packed, and like people don't have private cars and stuff, so you wait at the station for the bus to go that way, and then it comes, there's literally people hanging out of the door. I don't even know how people did it. And then like the top, what do you call that?
Roof
in English?
Roof?
I guess the roof of the bus that used to be packed. And then we're like, I was very skinny and little, and then my mom, before they even got on, they would like
shove you from the
window to some random person, and then be like, she's there, okay, and then like put my brother in somehow, and then they would just, and then I would have to sit on random person's lap for the whole way there.
Oh no.
The bizarreness of, and then now compared to being in America, Dasai you don't get any holidays off, so.
But the good part is you don't have to be shoved through the window.
Make sure that you either get 1 day off or the day of the Dasai, and then get to every relatives you could, like going to like 10 houses, or you go after your work. If you work during the day, you go at night, so it's just like there's no the energy. You miss the energy of the celebration, and it's so bland and so depressing in some ways. Like you don't get the fun. Like in Dosai, everybody you see in Nepal is like with like rato tika, the rice.
The rice
on the forehead. Listen, you gotta put the yogurt to make it stick.
You gotta slap it in.
And then we'd go to like at least 5 people's house, right? You go to one person's house, you eat lunch. You go to other person's house, and then some kind of sell roti and like sabzi. And then you go to other person's house, they're like, oh my god, you cannot leave without eating. You eat all day long. This is like, so dosa is basically like a Christmas, Thanksgiving, because you eat so much. Basically Christmas and Thanksgiving all mixed together with like our uniqueness. So like me trying to explain all this to like our American friend.
Don't even get me started. That noise. That's our fridge.
Oh.
It wants to make an appearance.
You know what I miss the most? So like right now, yesterday was Nepalco New Year's.
Yeah. The day before or yesterday?
Day before.
Something like that.
Yeah, and we're living in 2082 in Nepal.
Oh,
so like,
सबैजनालाई नयाँ वर्षको शुभकामना.
we should have said that in the beginning.
I know.
I'm just remembering it now.
2082 सालको धेरै धेरै मङ्गलमय शुभकामना सबै नेपाली दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनी साथीहरुमा.
सबैजना जहाँकै हुनुहुन्छ देश विदेशमा बस्नु हुने. I really hope you had a great time. You celebrated it even though
we didn't. We worked.
Yeah. We work. And हामी बसेको गाउँमा 3 तारिक मेला लाग्छ.
वैशाख 3 तारिक?
No. Every year. 3 gate, not 3 tarik. 3 gate. 3 tarik means American date and then, or like the Western
American
date. American
calendar.
And in Nepali calendar, we call it gate. But 3 gate mela लाग्छ. And that, like, you could feel it, like, Boisak ek hafta dekhi नै, the preparation for, like, putting the Ferris wheel, like, के भन्छ नेपालीबाट?
Ferris wheel लाई
rotating laune, all the food, and like, and then the day of, I mean, it was very close to our house too. So एउटा ठुलो मन्दिर थियो त्यसमा लाग्थ्यो मेला. And then you'd wake up and त्यहाँको जुलबी, you had to buy it.
I love jalebi though.
No, like त्यहाँको जुलबी, like that was the thing to do. And then the फिरफिरे क्या हुन्छ नि?
Yeah.
The हावामा घुम्ने. That was my favorite thing as a child. And then the चरा हुन्छ नि? You know when you do this?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I miss Mela.
Okay, so we do want to emphasize that this video is not really a funny video. It's just it's just something that we wanted to talk about being Nepali immigrants in America.
Yeah, and then like since we've opened this store, what I've noticed, I don't know if you have noticed, is that we kind of have to, every different culture, a different community itself, we have kind of explained to every single person, like, oh, we're from Nepal and this is what Nepal is and this is what our food is. I mean, this is gonna sound offensive, but people come and be like, oh, is this Indian? And I'm like, no, it's not Indian. Like, well, no offense to Indian food. We love going to Indian places. I love Indian food. But at the same time, it's very different. Our culture is different. Our food is very different. The way we make our spices are very different. And we just want to be out there making Nepal known. We are part of Asia. We're not a big country. We're tiny, but I feel like we have a potential to be in the world stage.
Yeah. I feel like because Nepal, because India has have so much thing going around, like food, clothing, everything. People kind of mistake that Nepali food is also somewhere compared to Nepal, India. I won't disagree to the masalas and things that we put on it, because we do have a similar masalas and all that, right? But the way we make it and the way Indian people make it is a lot, way different. Because India has chicken tikka masala.
Yeah.
Nepali does not have that. Nepal does have chicken curry. Nepal has chicken curry
or chicken butwa,
and butega chicken or chicken curry. That's what we have, or chicken soup. We do not have chicken tikka masala. We don't have a butter chicken. We don't have those things. Like naan's Indian. It's not Nepal.
Yeah, and then we have to explain it to a lot of our customers. Like, we love Indian food, and
love chicken biryani. We'll have it any time of the day.
Honestly, love it. But our momo is big.
Yeah.
And like our chow mein is different. I know like other part of Asia also has chow mein, but like we make it very differently. So just having to like explain it, and it's not a like it's not a bad thing. I love when people are curious about other cultures, and I love explaining it to them. Just like we learn about American culture every day, every time. There's so many different unique,
we're still learning,
food and everything out there. Same goes to Nepal. There's a lot of people who are curious, and as long as they're not being insulting, and
we just want to differentiate the fact that Nepal and India are not the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay? Nepali food and Indian food are not the same thing. It's just that we're trying to emphasize our country and our food. We're not trying to discriminate India or like be offensive to India. Just trying to do things right for our food and our country.
Yeah, and we do have a lot of things in similar. Like pani puri is popular in both.
Yeah.
Like Nepali people love pani puri, and Indian people love pani puri too.
India, they say golgappa, right? Golgappa.
Well, certain places.
Like Nepali. See, this is a common thing. Pani puri is a common thing in Nepal and India.
Yeah.
So
and like another thing that I've like made me think of is right now momo is so popular in India, but the way they make momo might differentiate from the way we make momo. And when people come to our restaurant and eat our food, I want them to be open-minded and not have the thinking like it's kind of like Indian food, but when they do taste the difference, I don't want them to be disappointed, because I do want to let them know this is how authentic Nepali food is.
Yeah.
And we cook it like we would cook it for our family, and I'm not saying it's bad.
Especially our restaurant is an authentic home-based cooked food.
And we just wanted to emphasize that. So today's episode, we focused a lot on our culture, our food. I mean, we love food. That's why we opened restaurants. We love food from everywhere, honestly.
Yeah.
But I just want Nepal to be out there in our community, especially in our little area that we live in. There are a lot of Nepali people, but there aren't a lot of places that are, or just in general,
that is well known as a Nepali food.
Yeah. And then
I think most of the Nepali restaurants in Cincinnati itself is also called Nepali Indian restaurant.
Yeah, it's a fusion.
Yeah.
And then
ours, we just want to make sure it's just Nepali.
Also in Nepal, if you think about it, food from west side and the east side are very different too. Nepal has a very like the different part of Nepal you go, the foods are also very different, and we want to highlight Zapali food, which is towards the Zapa side, not towards the mountains. And
not Gorkha, not Tarai, not Pahar, not Kathmandu. We are Tarai?
I think so.
There you go.
I don't know, are we?
I have no idea. All I know is we're from Zapa.
Yeah, and then that's a Zapali food. If you guys want to enjoy Zapali food, our pani puri, our chatpate, our momo tastes like you would be in Japa. Even our chiya tastes like you would be in Japa. So please come enjoy our food. Yes. And that would be it.
Because wherever you are, do not forget to share this with your friends, families, and your neighbors. We'll be back with another one next week. See you then. Bye.